beautiful out here today. So, wow. It's just beautiful. It's Monday. Hey, I hope you're having a great meeting. I hope Tuesday is working out fantastic for you. Where are we? We're in the Atlantic Ocean. It's Monday, November 7th. And I wanted to share and say hello and to give you a little bit of an insight of where am I and how I got here. So, anyway, thank you for spending a few minutes here in the ocean. Hey, thank you very much, Dee, for inviting me to participate. I'm excited to share some insights on how I got here. And so we'll spend a few minutes to talk about that today. Thank you. It's really very simple how I ended up in the ocean. It's a matter of goal setting, writing down my goals, and somehow magically it materialized in the world. I'd like to introduce myself and share with you that I'm the president and founder of Tim Forrest Consulting. This month marks my 19th anniversary of helping food companies to grow and expand their business. My clients include governments in Europe, South America, the U.S. Department of Commerce, also global brands that you're probably aware of, along with entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial growing brands. I just celebrated my 30th anniversary of serving the food industry. If you can believe it, I began loading food trucks 30 years ago. When I started out in life, I was a son of an iron worker. I had trouble speaking, learning disabilities. I had lots of issues. I was fortunate enough to have a mother that volunteered and was able to get me into the Atlanta Speech School, and spent my first 3 years of life there. Was one of the first kids. I was one of the first in my family to graduate college. I discovered the magic of thinking big while I was in high school, along with goal setting. And this is where my Dream Achiever came from. And what happened in reading the book, The Magic of Thinking Big, I discovered this idea of writing down your goal. And so I said, is this real? I mean, can I really write down my goals? You know, this was a novel, new, and this was a magic in my mind, kind of like hocus pocus concept of writing down my goals and seeing what would happen. Can I really do this? Well, this really happened. If I write down what I want to achieve in this paper, can I come back to it in a year, 6 months, and will it manifest itself and be part of my life? And so I said, I'm going to test this. And so I did. I put between, I can't remember exactly, but it was about 15 items, 10, 20 items on the sheet of what I wanted to accomplish and have in the next 6 months or so, next few months. And sure enough, I put the paper above my desk, and sure enough, I came back, happened to look at it again, glance at it later on down the road, and I had accomplished almost half of everything on there. It was probably more than half of the items, and I started scratching them off. Almost everything on that list came to fruition, and I was just totally blown away. Totally just mesmerized, like, wow, how is it possible? And so it's just, I wasn't sure at the time how it happened, what went about it, but I knew it worked. And so I began to apply that. You know, very quickly, after graduating college, I got a job. The best job at the time, the job I was, that worked out for me, and go into a lot of reasons why, was loading food trucks. So I did very well there, had ended up having 6 job promotions there very quickly, and just kept on moving up. I mean, I can share with you company after company, but in the nutshell, fast forward a decade, and I've got my own consulting company. Yeah, which I've just as shared with you earlier, I've been doing for 20 years. But some of the things that I wrote down, some of the goals that I had, I wanted to personally meet Randy Travis. I had no connections to him, and bam, next thing I know, within a year, I'm on Randy Travis's tour bus. I'm watching a movie, The Revolutionary Optimist, and I'm thinking in my mind, I want to help these people. I just know that I need to do something to support and be a part of what they're doing. And so that was a goal of mine. Fast forward a year and a half, I became friends with the executive director in Calcutta, India, of the charitable organization Prayasam, and I helped him on multiple projects. We put together some really neat things with chefs here in the U.S., with folks there in Calcutta, India, and now I'm on the executive committee of that organization in Calcutta, India. I had a dream of working with Famous Amos, and a goal of Famous Amos cookies. With my background in the food business, it only seems natural. But this was one of the situations where it was a goal, and I took so long before I took action that Wally Amos, was excited to work with me when I talked to him.
And he shared with me, he says, Tim, because I'd shared with him how long a goal I've had to work with him. He goes, Tim, I needed your help then. Why didn't you call me? Why didn't you contact me? And I could have been working with him years earlier if I'd only taken the initiative or taken action sooner on what I wanted to accomplish. Island Sunrises, which puts me, in the ocean, and the pictures that you're seeing of the sunrises over the ocean, some sunsets as well, began with a goal. A friend of mine went to Afghanistan and shared with me how much he enjoyed and how much my pictures kept him going out there. So I set a goal. I said for 1 year, and I had a written goal, 1 year, I'm going to take a picture of the sunrise over the ocean for my buddy Charles while he's fighting there, working there in Afghanistan with the military. And it's unbelievable what has occurred and the things that have happened because of that goal. I've ended up having never really been in photography before. Have ended up shipping canvases all over the United States. My artwork is seen around the world. I've got clients in Europe. I've sent pictures to South Africa, and I've sent some of my artwork to Asia as well. It's just unbelievable the things that have happened. But through that, I've been involved with a television show that's now a national TV show. I've actually, 2 different people were drowning while I was taking pictures, and I was able to assist them. I'm now approaching this coming February 2007. It would be my 5th year. If you'd like to see my pictures, be sure to check them out at islandsunrises.com. And it's just been an incredible adventure that all began with setting a goal. I had no idea that it would lead to all that it has. Some of the other goals that have happened just from writing it down is I've actually achieved in the food business, very unusual, but I've had $1 million order. I had an account that became, years ago, I had an account that became $1 million account for me. And a lot of the things that I'm doing now, not only am I writing down my goals, but I've started a process now where I have a notebook, and every morning I write down 10 ideas per day. And the things that I'm writing in here will eventually fall onto my goals list, and they might or may not become goals of mine, but many of the ideas that I have started generating with this 10 idea per day that I write down have become part of my goals and the things that I've accomplished. Some of the things I never would have imagined, but they were accomplished. I've had over 12 items on QVC television. That began with a goal. The first item took 4 years to get on television. Once I accomplished and understood the process, it became much easier for me. I've had 11, and within 2 years, I've had 11 different items on QVC television. The Food Network, I wrote down a goal of getting my client's item onto a television show, and that occurred within 4 months. And not only that, the chef on the show gave an endorsement to my product. So I've been talking a lot about what I've accomplished and how I ended up in the ocean. Not only did the Island Sunrises get me into the ocean, but I actually moved. I live on an island at the beach, and because of the ocean, it is where I am today. My office today looks out over the ocean, which it never would have happened if I'd not written down that original goal. And I think the magic of Thinking Big, has a part to do with all this. And I know that writing down my goal setting is absolutely what has impacted my life such that all this has occurred. I'm only sharing with you a brief glimpse of some of the things that have occurred because it's unimaginable, all the things that have happened. It could just go on and on and on. I've got 2 books published. I've got more on the way, and I'm going to share more of that there. But just how does all this, I've been going on and on and on about my efforts and some of my successes, but it's really the success of writing down your goals. So how does all this apply to you and the Residence Life team and your work there at James Madison University? What I'm hoping to share with you is how simple it is to impact the world around you. And it starts with writing down your goals, writing down what it is you want to achieve. And it really works out that you have the power to change yourself, your choices, and your actions. And when you do that, it will generate results in the world that are oftentimes unimaginable. I would ask you to start now by writing down your goals and your desires and creating the success in your actions for the department and the university. I shared with Dee my Dream Achiever, and I hope that she has those available for you. Then maybe there's some discussion there on achieving your goals and dreams. If you have any questions, feel free to write me, tim@islandsunrises.com. I'd be more than happy to share anything, and be sure to check out my work. Thank you very much for this time. It's my honor and privilege to participate and be a small part of your meeting today, and that I hope that you'll write down your goals and test them for yourself if you've not already. It's amazing what you can accomplish with just writing down some desires and dreams that you have on paper.
great day. And I hope you're able to take yourself to places and accomplish things that you've wanted to do in your